Welcome back, guys, to our Universe mode here in wwe2k19. It is week 2, episode 2. We're into the second week of the tournament that is going to crown our first ever WWE champion here in this Universe mode. Cannot wait to get this going. I hope you're all as excited as I am. We're not going to be wasting any time today. We're jumping straight into the first match. So coming to the ring now, we have got Stud Rivers. This guy, honestly guys, he's probably the most arrogant, entitled, privileged person or wrestler we have on this roster. If you don't believe me, just ask him. He is all about himself. He will talk to you for days as long as it is about him. When I say he's privileged, he definitely is that. He's had the best of everything all his life, and he doesn't see why that should change now. He's been to the best gyms, the best wrestling schools, had the best private education, he's had the best training, and all that means that he just believes by showing up, by being him, that he is going to be the one that takes the win, not just tonight but in this tournament. He believes he's going to be the first and the only champion we have here in this Universe mode. He really believes all of this is his, and you can tell that just by the way he's come into the ring. He spent the most money of anyone probably on his entrance. His gear is all gold. Yeah, he really believes himself the biggest star on this roster. We'll see. He's definitely not going to be lacking confidence. That is 100% for sure. You've got to give it to him. He's in great shape, but we'll see whether that translates or not to a win tonight. He's against a very capable opponent. We'll talk about him as he comes to the ring in just a second. I mean, it's a good job that Stud has come out first, because he's got to get de-blinged before look at this. Like I said, definitely spent the most money on his entrance. He's got to get all his rings and his jewellery off before this match gets underway. So yeah, he's against Johnny Justice tonight, and he's just about as opposite to Stud Rivers as you can get. He's literally just no frills. You can probably see that in his gear. He not to the extent of Hunter King, but they're very much of a similar kind of personality. Quiet, solitary, they're introverted. I suppose where that changes is Johnny here has had amateur catch wrestling training, proficient in Muay Thai, done a bit of BJJ as well. He's just the kind of guy that just likes to come in, kick somebody's ass, and then go back home basically. He's not interested in any of the flash that can come with this very basic entrance. Yeah, he's literally all business kind of guy. So yeah, we'll see how that translates. He looks every bit as confident, but in a completely different kind of way as what Stud did during his entrance. He's not the kind that believes that all this is his, as Stud does, but he is the kind of guy, just like everyone else I suppose. If you don't believe it, you shouldn't really be here, but he does believe that he's got the skills and the makeup to win this tournament. So we shall see. It is going to be an interesting match, that is for sure. Off the rip, you probably give the advantage to Johnny because he's actually spoke about his training and what he's proficient in and things like that. Stud actually hasn't, so it'll be interesting to see what he comes up with. Goes for the kick to the stomach, but that leg got picked and straight into the takedown there. No missing by Johnny. Like I said, he's a no frills kind of guy. Don't expect him to be taunting, mocking the crowd or anything like that. I just expect him to be coming in and getting the job done. Basically, he's going to work on that lower back already, and nice DDT there. He doesn't look like the kind of guy that's gonna kind of like RK Ortiz did at the end of the match he had last week, where he's gonna stay here just to enjoy the spotlight and things like that. He looks like he's just gonna try and get the job done and get out of here. At the moment, he's completely and utterly just took Stud Rivers out of his game, but there you go. Stud's back into this one now with a float over DDT, just the kind of flashy move you would expect from him. Into the buckle goes Johnny's head here, and continuously into the buckle. There is nothing fancy about that offense at all. If you didn't catch last week's episode, by the way, guys, that is up on the channel now. You can go back and watch that one at your own leisure. Just a little reference there of RK Ortiz. Yeah, all that is up there to go and watch, like I said, at your own leisure. Stud here just absolutely stomping Johnny, and we're going to go for the pin here, and it's not even a 1 count. The referee was a little bit out of position. I don't know if you guys caught that as well. Nice quick jab from Stud, but it wouldn't have made a bit of difference. Pretty much Justice kicked out quite quickly. And Stud, to be fair to him, has weathered that early storm, and he's now slowing the pace of this match down just a little bit, and I was going to say starting to take control, but a nice reversal there from Johnny. One thing that I didn't mention, that I probably should have mentioned last week, or maybe even the boss should have mentioned it himself when he came out, was in terms of programming at the moment, we're just going to be running with the weekly show. We don't really have enough of a roster at the moment to be doing pay-per-views and things like that, so we've got no titles at the moment either, so it's pretty much pointless. We'll just continue running with the weekly show for now, and this is getting awfully close to a count out, and don't tell me that Stud Rivers has took a count out victory. Well, that just goes to show what kind of guy this guy is. It's gonna be by any means necessary by the looks of it. He's just happy. He's got 3 points all the same. He didn't get the pinfall, he didn't get the submission, he didn't have to work that hard for it. He just took, I suppose you could say, the easy way out, really. I know that Johnny is gonna be extremely upset about that, but Stud Rivers, trust me, I've spoken to this guy, and he's not here to please anyone. He's not here for the fans. He's here to get his name out there. He's here to make money. He's here to win championships. And like I said, he truly in his heart believes that this is all his. This show is all about him. And well, he's off joining the winner's circle. We had Brock Cruz winning last week, Spike Jackson won last week, Hunter King won last week, and Maximus Rutan won last week. And now we can add Stud Rivers to that list. And on to what else we've got tonight. We're just going to ignore the fact that Aiden was talking there. That's not something that I wanted. And the reason we saw Stud's match early is because, as you can see here, for whatever reason, the game only gave me 3 matches this week when obviously we needed the 4. So yeah, we've got Alpha Jackson this week going up against A-List Born. We'll talk more about these two when we actually get to see them. We've also got Damian Zachary against Jordan Smith. Now last week Tyson Smith had himself a match against Hunter King. He tapped out quite early. I did mention at the time that I thought that maybe there was an injury involved, and well, there was, and this is how it happened. You see Hunter here just going for the normal scoop slam, but straight away as Tyson landed there, you saw him favouring the back. Where he speaks to whether he warmed up properly or not, who knows. But he's out. It's not major. He's cleared to wrestle again next week, but that's why he's not here with his brother tonight. And last but by certainly no means least, we have our main event. We have got RK Ortiz going up against HB Kang. We'll get up to that, more into that in a second. But as far as results go tonight, we have got Alpha Jackson defeating A-List Born. Damien Zachary gets the W against Jordan Smith. And we're gonna now jump into the main event to see who picks up the last 3 points that are on offer in this week's episode. Well, there you heard it. RK Ortiz is first on his way to the ring. I'm trying to make out the mood here. He looks like he's fairly confident, but his eyes, his face looks a little bit nervous, and I suppose that is understandable. This guy comes from a long line of Mexican wrestlers. He's the fourth generation. I believe that we've had here definitely the first one in universe mode. I don't even think we've got a second and a third generation. I could be wrong about that, but he's definitely the fourth, or the fourth generation I should say, as HB Kang now makes his way to the ring. Sorry you guys, I got kind of lost in the moment there. It's a really eerie feeling in the arena at the moment, with HB Kang coming out. I have managed to speak to this guy. He says when he puts on that mask and his paint, he becomes a completely different person. He says it takes his mind completely somewhere else, and when the match is over, win, lose or draw, he feels no pain. It's like there is literally another person in that ring, which is kind of frightening really. I don't know of anyone else that can do that. Yeah, unique. But what moment his entrance was, I kind of got lost in that. I haven't done that with anybody else's yet, and he's on the offense now. He's not the biggest guy, but he says that paint, that face paint that he wears, is war paint. As soon as he puts that on, he's ready for war. He'll do whatever he has to do. He'll go through whatever he has to go through to get the win. Those are his words. He also told me that once the match is finished, there is no point asking him about it, because it's almost as though he's not actually been in the match. It is very, very bizarre sitting down and talking to him. On the flip side, RK Ortiz, like I said, comes from a long line of Mexican wrestlers. He's trained with the absolute very best that they have in Mexico before coming here. He feels fairly confident. I don't know how much he knew about his opponent tonight. Maybe the fact that he's facing Kang is what made him nervous. I mean, again, that entrance would be enough. Surely, I was going to say, I heard the ref count 7 there, that we're not going to get another count out result in this one. But we might, because these two don't seem to have that much interest in the ring. They're more enjoying themselves out there at the moment, using the environment, and I suppose why not. Yeah, it's still kind of taken back by that entrance. Definitely my favourite one so far. But yeah, it's time to snap back into this match, Rich. Come on, get a grip. We've got a neck breaker hanging off the ropes here, about to happen from Ortiz. And there is that training. Like I said, 4th generation. He has this in his blood, and that's why he's chose the In My Veins as his Titantron video. That is literally what he's about. So, oh, beautiful drop kick there, absolutely beautiful. His cocky actions and antics here, like this sort of thing, definitely rubbing the crowd in the arena up the wrong way, but to be honest with you, I don't think he cares. We're going for the pin now. I think he just told Kang, you better stay down. But Kang's having none of that, kicking out at 1, stamping on the elbow there, vicious from Ortiz. What are we going to see here? Going for the headlock. And now the handstand, just the cockiness again there, just showing that he's in total control of this match. It appears his confidence is definitely beginning to grow, and he's getting Kang to stand up here. What are we going to see? Missile drop kick, but he's missed it, you know. Opening here for Kang, who is the much smaller competitor. Oh, beautiful suplex there, and then the nip up just to finish that off. He's definitely showing out here, Ortiz. I will give him that. Oh, beautiful clothesline again. This time it's from Kang though, and Ortiz straight back on the offense. I would think, and there's only really Hunter King that has done so, except for maybe Stud Rivers, if you want to count that count out. You would think that you would want to finish these matches early, just so there's no accumulative damage to the body. Highlight of the night there. That is what Ortiz calls that splash, and he's not gone for the win. That is really interesting. That is his finishing maneuver. Maybe he's wanting to send a message out here to the rest of the guys in the field. I'm not sure, but very, very surprised not to see him go for the pin there and attempt to get this match over, and he might just pay for that STO, the running version from Kang there. Only gets a 1 count though. Now he's going to go for his own chin lock there after just being put in the headlock. Cranking back on the neck of Ortiz there. He really, I feel, should have gone for the victory when he had it there. I'm not sure if he is going to regret that or not. He's definitely regretting it at the moment, but as I say, that nice jawbreaker to get out of that, and the big chop. Kang finding himself in the ropes, but does manage to get in a counter, and another running STO. He's going for a blatant choke there. I think he's just about had enough of Ortiz's attitude. Are we going to see a choke slam here? We're not. We're going to see an elbow drop instead. And Kang trying to build himself some momentum. He's not had much offense in this match. Going for the scoop slam, but he just weren't strong enough there. Float over into the stalling DDT there. Absolutely spiked was Kang by Ortiz, but he's straight back up. A nice throw there. Good technique. Ortiz rolls to the outside to try and break the momentum that Kang's slowly starting to build in this match. DDT of his own here maybe. It is, and it's on the outside as well. DDT to the floor. Big move at this point in the match, I feel. Big move. Big right hand. He didn't catch all of the uppercut to follow up, but he got enough, and another move there, compressing the neck on the outside, on the floor. Kang just starting to turn that aggression up, but as I say, that Ortiz makes his way back into control of this match. Almost desperate kick to the thigh, but it was effective enough, and we're going to see him go to the top again here, Ortiz. Definitely you can see the Mexican training in him, and he's going to hit that highlight of the night once again. Is he going to go for the pin this time? We're not going to find out, because Kang has managed to get back to his feet, and this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. He said whatever he's got to go through to get these wins, he's going to put himself through that. It's a net breaker again. This time it's from Ortiz, who you can just see there is starting to feel the wear and tear in this match now, as he goes to the top once again. And again, he's gone for the highlight of the night. He's hit it, and this time he is going to go for the pin. Is it going to be enough? It's 1, it's 2, and it's 3, and Ortiz joins that list of illustrious winners, moves himself onto 3 points. It was a hearty display from Kang, it really was. Kicking out of the offense, I lost my train of thought there, from Ortiz, but it was just too much in the end. That was the 3rd highlight of the night, I believe. Maybe that one was the 2nd one. And you've seen Ortiz on the end of Kang's offense there. Kang was starting to build a little bit of momentum in this match, but it was shut out by a simple kick to the thigh on the outside, and that one is the 3rd highlight of the night, I believe, and that was enough for Ortiz to pick up the victory, join that winner's circle, move himself to 3 points and 1 step closer to being the first ever champion in this universe mode. That is the main event though, guys. That is the last action of the night. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. I know that I certainly have. Starting to get back into the swing of things a little bit at the moment. Not there yet, but definitely getting there. Thanks again for sticking around. I hope to see you again in the next one, and until that comes out, guys, enjoy the rest of the night, and bye bye.